Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel. Or if this is your first time viewing, well, you're doubly welcome. Yes, it's the traveling comic here. And for those that may be watching for the first time, so called because I travel the world, I'm a comedian and I join cruise ships all over the place and stay on them for at most a week, perform 2 shows and then fly off again. And what this channel is about is taking you onto those ships, showing you around them, and also the port of calls that we stop off at. Tonight, and it is night time, it's 10 to 7 while I'm filming this, tonight finds me in Tenerife. I flew in about an hour and a half ago, took the taxi ride here to Santa Cruz in Tenerife. I'm staying in a lovely hotel. The name, I forget. I'll take a little video of the outside of the hotel so you know where I am. And as I say, tomorrow morning I join Queen Mary 2. Normally when I'm on Queen Mary 2, it's a transatlantic crossing. So to be on the Queen Mary 2 in sunshine for me is rare. I have done it before, but it's rare. So I join the ship tomorrow and I think I'm actually performing on board tomorrow night. I got a message to say that I might have to work tomorrow night simply because one of the other acts, and I'll talk about acts and all the rest throughout the video, introduce you to some of them. Their luggage hasn't arrived, so they haven't got the gear they need to do their show, whereas all I do is talk, so it's not a problem. So anyway, we'll go out now into the streets of Tenerife. I'll take a little, some little shots. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'm going to retire. And then tomorrow you'll come with me and we'll join Queen Mary 2. Is that something you think you'd like to watch? Well, then you know what to do. Keep watching. Now, everywhere I go at the minute, I can see these Coca-Cola things, whatever they are. It's because next week the carnival is here, and so they're already setting up bits and pieces to be ready for that carnival here in Santa Cruz next week. I didn't bring my microphone out with me, so I apologise if there's a overabundance of sound. But it's generally when you're on a cruise ship, you arrive in the morning and you leave in the evening, and you don't get to see the place at night time. And anywhere takes on a whole different light, you know what I mean? Ambience. There's a different ambience, different atmosphere at night time. And so it's great just to wander about here this evening. There's a huge stage behind me. That's part of the carnival preparations that I was telling you about. But yeah, it's lovely. Well, a very good morning to you. It is now the morning after the night before. Here in Tenerife, when I'm filming this, it is Sunday, the 23rd of February. It looks as if I've only got one leg. Oh, I couldn't help but notice that, and those sort of things tickle me, of course. Anyway, as you can see, my trusty cases are ready for me to go because I'm about to leave the hotel, go and grab a taxi. You're coming with me, of course, and we'll head along to the Queen Mary 2. Now, I did, as anticipated, I got a message this morning from the production manager on board that I'm doing a show tonight. So I love that because it means that when I arrive, I'll be busy, I'll unpack, I'll have ironing to do, I'll have a sound check to do, get something very, very light to eat, and then do 2 shows, one at 8 and one at 10, in the beautiful Royal Court Theatre on board Queen Mary 2. You'll be with me, not when I'm on stage, but when I'm doing those things. I'll let you see basically what a guest entertainer has to do on board Queen Mary 2 for 6 nights around the Canaries and then heading home to Southampton. Now, the weather is nothing special. I'll spin the camera around and let you see what the weather is like. And I'm glad I took that little walk around Tenerife last night, simply because when I get to the ship, I won't really leave it again today because of, as I said, of those things to do. And I've got to get my mind centered on one thing, and that's the job that I came to do, which is to entertain, perform as a comedian on board Queen Mary 2. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video so far, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the taxi in a few minutes' time. And now, of course, just to make a liar out of me, the sun has come out. Although you can still see there are some clouds. Looks like, are those Christmas decorations still up? Anyway, what a nice day for the people to explore Tenerife. If I had time, I'd go away up to Mount Teide. Those of you that know Mount Teide, now listen, I apologise that my glasses have got dark, but that's simply because I was out there in the sun. But those of you that know Mount Teide, it's the mountain sort of mid-south, sort of between, down towards the south and middle of the island. And I remember many, many years ago when I was here on holiday, I hired a little Citroen Mahindra Jeep. Now, how many of you know what a Mahindra is? Well, I'll put up a picture. A little Citroen Mahindra Jeep, and drove up to Mount Teide. Had a wonderful time, but no time to do that today. Anyway, stop rambling. You said you were going to the ship, will you? Hurry up. Okay, let's get to the ship. Because I'm joining at an away port, in other words, not where the ship started, I have no boarding pass to get on. So what happens is I come here to the entrance, security check my passport, they radio the purser to say so-and-so has arrived, then they will come and give me my boarding card to enter. But here's a gentleman, I'm going to swing the, well no, here's a guy who wants to be on YouTube.
Yeah. What is your channel, sir?
The Traveling Comic. Introduce yourself.
My name is Gede. I'm from Indonesia.
Abakabamu.
Oh, you know already.
See, I speak his language.
Good. How about you?
I'm good.
Wow.
His job at the moment is to make sure everybody's disinfected as they get on board.
Yeah. Hello.
There's always a warm welcome, especially if you speak their language. And here is some of the people I shall be entertaining tonight, leaving, well, that could just be the shuttle into town. Anyway, when I come back to you, I will be on board in my cabin. Generally, I'm in a cabin where the entertainers all stay. Now, they're lovely, beautiful cabins. Usually ED 18 is where I am. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there this time. That'll be interesting to see. Now, just so you know, and it's my fault, I haven't got on the ship yet. I've actually had to go to immigration, which is at the other side from where the ship is. But because I've joined and left so often at Tenerife, I know exactly where the office is. I forgot to tell the taxi driver to take me there. So I got on the shuttle bus from the ship, and they dropped me round, but now I'll walk back and enjoy the sunshine. I apologise, my mic is in my bags, and my bags are at the gangway still. Anyway. And here I am on board and in my cabin. Now, it's not where all the entertainers normally are. I'm right up on deck 6. But I'll give you a quick walk through my room for the next 6 nights, because you don't need to see me. So you come in the door, obviously, and we have wardrobes here, life jacket, wardrobes with no hangers. That's good, isn't it? Oh, any amount of them. The usual tea, coffee, biscuits, safe, drawers, a little sofa to sit on, a desk and writing place, television, and there's the bed. And I'm at the front of the ship, I know that. The porthole that you can't see out of. If I hit it, what happens? No, not if I hit the porthole, I mean if I hit the picture, the image of the porthole in the video. I'll have to unpack the cases, and then this will be the shower room. There you go, yeah, shower room. And for those that want to know what do Cunard use, because a lot of people ask these questions in comments, and I never know. Now we do. Penhaligons, hand and body lotion, liquid soap, and I'm sure, yeah, is it the same? Let's come into the shower with me. Penhaligons. The last place you want is into the shower with me. Okay, that's it. That's the room. I shall now get unpacked and find the nearest laundrette to me. Those of you that have followed these videos know I love a laundry. I could give my stuff and get it ironed, but I love doing it myself. So I'll iron a couple of shirts to keep me going, and make sure that there's no creases in my suit trousers. You have to look good on stage, you know. Well, hello and welcome back. It's about 4:20 now in the afternoon. I have unpacked. I have been to have a light lunch. I have my clothes all sorted for the rest of the voyage, and I'm heading shortly now to the theatre to do my sound check. But just to give you some idea of what happens when a guest entertainer arrives on board eventually. I get the cruise card. Now, I will have to go to the purser's desk and register my credit card to that. If you've never ever been on a cruise ship before, you don't spend money when you're on board. Not at all. Everything goes onto your cruise card, which then comes out from your bank card. I also have been handed my code for free Wi-Fi. As guest entertainers, we get free Wi-Fi. So I'll keep that because I haven't signed on to Wi-Fi yet. Definitely keep that. And then again, because I joined mid-voyage, it's a requirement of international safety drill anyway, that I have to attend a safety drill prior to sailing. And I have to do that tonight at 5:30 in the connections lobby on deck 2. Again, I'll show you where that is. So to do that at 5:30. Okay, you think I'm just having a wonderful time? Of course I am. Then we're also given detail. Well, that's if you've never ever been on board before. It's a letter to welcome you on board, tell you all the discounts that you get if you're where you can eat, where you can't eat. There's very little places that you can't eat. When you're disembarking, your onward travel, all that sort of stuff. And also then they have a list of all who's performing and when they're performing. So I know that tonight, although it says Duo Acropoli are performing, I know they're not. And that's because They are the specialists, a specialty act, like, you know, they bring the big ropes down, they do tight ropes, they do all sorts of things. And their luggage didn't arrive, their gear didn't arrive, so they can't do that. So I'm on tonight. Then Tuesday night, it's the 4Ds, which is a fabulous vocal group, 4 guys, whose name all begins with D, actually. I've seen them many times. They're on. Then we have on the following night, Max Fulham. He is a young ventriloquist, brilliant guy. Some of you may have seen him on TikTok or Instagram or those places like that. I know he's very big on social media. Then on Thursday night, I will assume, and I should never assume this, that then it will be the duo Acropole, because it doesn't say anything on here who's on Thursday night. I would say that's who's on. And then Friday night, which is the last night at sea, both young Max and myself are doing a split show, so we'll do 20 minutes each, and then that's at 8:15, 10:15, and then at 9:15 and 11 in the Queen's Room, it'll be a dance party with the 4Ds. I did tell you earlier on that I chose to do it 8 and 10. I don't. It's 8:15 and 10:15. It varies from ship to ship, and I just was assuming, you should never, that it's going to be the same as a Queen Victoria, but it's not. So next thing we're going to do now is we will go backstage and do the no, I didn't say the rehearsal. I don't rehearse. I do a sound check, which if everything is set up perfectly, because I've been here before, they should have my play on, play off music. They should have my pre-show music, and if they have all of that, then all it will be is me saying 1 2 1 2 1 2, or what I do, which is I say the alphabet backwards, and it takes what, 30 seconds to do my sound check. Okay. Well done. You're sticking with the video. Don't forget, if you've liked it so far, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Okay. Time now to head to Backstage, which is on deck 2. Hope you like the Art Deco
Deck 2.
elevators. Now, I will be doing a complete walkthrough of the ship, but I'm not going to do it all in one go. I'll do it over the period of these next lot of nights that I'm on board. But first of all, I will flick the camera around so you see exactly where I'm going now. I've done this on other ships. These are all plaques when a ship arrives at a port for the first time that they get. These rooms are all what's known as the connections rooms. This little area here, I turn this into my green room between the shows. Don't know if I've done that on this, shown you that on this ship before. That's where I'll sit between the shows. Okay, let's go. Backstage. This obviously is the backstage dressing room at the right hand side, and there's one at the other side. Which is along there and then into the left. William Colville, Irish Master of Comedy. There you go. All the different acts. Put up their pictures. What? I'm there with quite an illustrious list, aren't they? Very first cruise ship I ever did, Russell Watson was on. That's a whole who's who of the entertainment industry. And I hope it doesn't mean that the very best is up there The very worst is down here. Maybe it does. Backstage, as you can see, it's full flying facilities. Yeah, that's, obviously I don't need it, but that's the orchestra. Would be there. Then this big screen, wouldn't it be there? Is it LED or LCD screen? And then you come walking out onto the stage. I hear a voice. I'm thrilled. You come on the ships and you sometimes wonder, who's going to be the stage manager? I hope it's not somebody I don't like. But look, it's somebody that I do like. How are you?
Good, you okay?
I'm all good, yeah, all good.
Good to hear. Welcome back.
Thank you, nice to be back. Lovely big digital clocks here to let me know when to shut up. Beautiful theatre, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with me doing my sound check. I'll come back to you when that's done. Now, on every ship, there's always a guy.
Take two.
Stop saying take two. The reason it's a take two, I forgot to press record, but yeah, sound man looks after my microphone, and if that if it stops working when I'm on stage, he will come out and hand me a microphone, and he hopes that doesn't happen because the audience will give him a bigger cheer than they'll give me. What ship did we last work on, Russell?
I think it was on
It was either
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria.
Yeah. See, that's what I love coming back to the ships. You meet the same guys.
Still have it.
That's what I was telling you about earlier. If they have all my sounds as play on music, pre-show music, this will take very little time. I am very impressed that you have my play on, play off music. Love it. Do you by any chance also have my pre-show music up there? Yes, it's there. Perfect. You're ready? And then I'll come out, you fade that down. ZYX, WV, UTS, RQP, ONM, LKJ, IHG, FEDC, BA. Are you happy? So am I. Sound check done. See you at Showtime. The only thing is to make that image a bit smaller, or to see the image. You'll sort it out, I know you will. Maybe that's enough, is it? Just doesn't show my name.
We had that before, didn't we? Remember? Peeking around the corner.
I am. I'm laughing. I'll let. Hold on. Hold on. This is what we're laughing at here. So when the audience come in, I'm sort of peeking right. Well, there I am, but my name's there too. So it looks as if I'm peeking around the corner. Eh? I'm not precious. I don't care what you do. Now with that done, we will head and register our debit credit card here in the beautiful atrium. And again, I'll spin the camera around, let you see the beautiful atrium. Isn't that lovely? Oh, they're booking their tours for Lanzarote tomorrow. We'll go ashore in Lanzarote. So if you've never been on Queen Mary, here it is. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Down that way to the Golden Lion pub, the restaurant. Last time I was on here, I did a little video about 5 unique things on the Queen Mary 2. One of them, which is on that wall on the left. I'm not going to repeat myself, so I'll go now and do what I'm down here to do, which is go over to the purser's desk here and register my card. I'll not film this. That's done. No need to film that. There. Now, here's another. I said, no, I'm not doing a walkthrough at the minute. No, I refuse. But this is just on my way back to my cabin. Board games. And sometimes when you're doing a transatlantic crossing, here, particularly here and the other side, because you're close to the water, sometimes those windows, if it's really rough, are battered by the waves. It's quite a sight to see. And all over the ship, there are these boards indicating all the famous people that have ever sailed on the Queen Mary. Now, I have to do something at 5:30, haven't I? Connections. Yeah, this is where I have to be at 5:30. I'm way ahead of myself. Because there's these old story about the first, well, all about Cunard, ships, etc. These are wonderful little side corridors. Not part of the main corridors at all. Again, more of those plaques that I told you about. You know, it would take a whole voyage, a whole 8 days or 7 days transatlantic to go around this ship and read all these interesting panels. Love it. Everywhere you go, they're there for you to see. Okay, I'll do that safety briefing, and then I'll do no more until showtime. I hope you're enjoying it. Suited and booted can only mean one thing. It's showtime. I'm going to head back down now to the theatre where I had you earlier on this afternoon, and I'm going to do my 2 shows. One at 8:15 and then repeat it at 10:15. The reason there are 2 shows is because there are 2 sittings for dinner, and not everybody that's on the ship can get into the theatre at the same time, so that's why there's 2 shows. Usually the 8:15 show, or the first show, is rammed to the gills, and then the second one is a little bit quieter. And I always say it's that quiet one where I have to earn my money, because I've really got to get them going. But anyway, they're on holiday, so they're here to enjoy themselves. After I do the shows, well, then I think I'm meeting one of the other guest entertainers for a drink. And if I do, I'll introduce you to her. Then retire for the night, and tomorrow we arrive in Lanzarote. Now, when you're watching this right now, you've already seen that Lanzarote video if you're following all my videos, because when I arrive at a port and go ashore, I do a video of where I am that day on the ship. So you've seen Lanzarote, and you've also seen Cadiz, because this is coming out after all of those, because, well, I can't do the whole video on the ship before I get to the end of the voyage. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm rambling now. Okay, I'm away down to do the shows. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying it, as I've said, hit the like and please subscribe. See you later on tonight. Now, my shows are over.
It was so good, so good.
I apologise, I have no mic with me, but we're in the charter room, and this is Samantha, one of the other guest entertainers, and she's a multi-instrumentalist and also multi-talented. how has it been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. I'm enjoying the sunshine. I'm enjoying the travel, and best of all, I get to see you and get to hang out.
I was just saying, I love the fact that we're not transatlantic.
We're not transatlantic.
That we're in the sunset. Tomorrow we're in Lanzarote, we'll be able to go ashore instead of looking out at the waves. Then,
Yeah.
But you live in Cadiz, don't
I
you?
don't think this is, but no, we were also in Bahrain together, weren't we? And I
Yeah.
think we're so global. We're so global.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Samantha for about, is it 2 years or a year and a half?
About
Year and a half.
18 months, yeah.
About 18 months. And you know what? We've just picked up where we left off. And all we have done here for the past 45 minutes is laugh. I was going to say, if she doesn't have another show to do, I would have filmed a little clip and let you see it. But no doubt, if you keep following me on YouTube, you'll see Samantha's show. Right, that's enough for now. It's the next day. Samantha and I have already been off into Lanzarote, which is our today's port of call. I have made a video and have already uploaded it. At this stage, you've seen it because it's before this one. Anyway, what we have arranged to do today, or this evening, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the restaurant, the main Britannia restaurant on board the Queen Mary 2 for dinner, and then probably go and catch the late show, the 10:15 show of the 3 Ds, 4 Ds. The reason I said 3 Ds is if you've watched the video on Lanzarote, there was 3 of them out for coffee, and that's just put 3 Ds into my head, apart from the 4 Ds. Anyway, we'll do that. So what I will do tonight, and I'm not doing the walkthrough of the ship. I'll start that tomorrow because we're a sea day tomorrow, and I'll start that walkthrough for you. But we'll go to the restaurant tonight. I'll let you see what the restaurant's like. Don't really want to film in there, but if I can, I can, and if I can't, I won't. Do you hear that jiggle? That's a couple of bottles of water bouncing off each other there. Anyway, okay. See you this evening. I'll be all dressed up a bit more than what I am now. Smart casual, I think, is the dress code, and I'll tell you all about that tomorrow when I'm going through the what's on and walking through the ship. And then I will have dinner in the restaurant and take in a show. See you later. That noise is wrecking me. As promised, here we are.
In our bush clothes. Look at William. Look at him.
And we're heading.
Look at this. Oh.
I've done all that. I did that in the previous video. So we're heading into the Britannia restaurant. As I said, I probably won't film in here. And a lovely dinner it was. Now, I didn't film inside the restaurant simply because there was people eating their dinner, and the last thing anybody wants is for somebody to be walking past with a camera filming them as they're at their meal. But later on in the walkthrough, we'll go to the restaurant again, let you see what it's like inside. I also went to the 4D show last night as well, and I'm going to put up a little clip of that right after this piece and before I start the walkthrough. And I'll put it up without sound, simply because YouTube and their copyright laws wouldn't allow me to broadcast them singing a particular song, and they would strike my video. So that's the only reason there's going to be no sound. Now, today is my first sea day on this particular 6-night voyage on the Queen Mary 2. That's where you are, by the way. And on a sea day, people often say to me, well, what are you doing a whole sea day? Regular cruisers will know that there's lots to do. And what happens is all the ships send you this little daily program the night before it's left outside your suite, and it lists everything that's taking place every hour of the day, from 6 o'clock in the morning on to 11:30 at night. It'll show the highlights, and the highlights of today is there are 3 guest speakers, so they'll be doing lectures. 2 of them in Illuminations, which is the lecture theatre and cinema and planetarium. because the Queen Mary 2, of course, has a planetarium on board. And if any of you have watched my video, 5 unique things to the Queen Mary 2, you'll know one of them is the planetarium. And then the featured speaker will be in the Royal Court Theatre. Today's speakers are Dr. Alison Norrington, and she's speaking on building story worlds from Star Trek to Star Wars, Harry Potter to Avatar, discovering 10 techniques used in building big story worlds that create emotion and empathy, etc., etc. Then Marcus Stebley, Steblei, is giving a talk entitled, Is There Anybody Out There? And he's fascinated by, are there other worlds in the universe that we know nothing about? The featured speaker then is Shirley Robinson, OBE, who has spent a lifetime reporting from sports events around the globe. So if that's something that would interest people, they'll all go to that. But there's everything happening from Christian fellowship gathering, Zumba, table tennis, solo travellers get together, watercolour art class, morning trivia, veterans and serving men and women get together, the navigational announcement at 12 o'clock. So at 12 noon on the ship, I'm just looking at my watch to think, hope I can get that. Don't worry what I'm thinking. At 12 noon, the ship's bells and whistles are sounded. If you're out on the open deck, you'll hear them. 12 o'clock, the ship's bell inside will be rang, and then the captain will make the noon announcement. In the afternoon, we have things like Bago tournament. If you've done walkthroughs on ships with me, you'll know me and my love of Bago. Then, of course, afternoon tea on any Cunard ship. It's a big thing. It's the White Star service, and it's in the Queen's room. There's golf putting competition. There's an afternoon trivia. There's the Blackthorn Irish duo are on. They're fabulous. They're resident on the ships, and Cunard have a great thing now across their fleet of putting folk groups on. Quite often Irish folk groups, because of course Irish music goes down a treat. There's a movie on as well, Cocktail Pianist, into the evening. They're showing football. I'm missing out loads of stuff here. Tonight's show is the Royal Court Theatre Company in Rhythm of the Night, and then it's a big special night in the Queen's Room at 9 o'clock. It's the big band dance music, and what they do is they bring together the Queen's Room Orchestra, the Royal Court Theatre Orchestra, the string trio from the ship, and they put on this big band night. And I'd love to film that for you, but I can't do the sound. But I'll give you the ambience of that. That'll come sometime in the video. Of course, the shops, all the shops are open. We'll see that. Restaurants, etc., etc. All right, there's where you can eat. All the times that you can eat. Right, enough of that. We're now going to go. Says you thank the Lord, will you? Yeah, we're now going to go on. I'm going to take you on a walk through Queen Mary 2. Some of you may well have fast forwarded to this bit, and I've decided how I'm going to do this. I'm not going to speak at all as I'm filming it, because people look at you, what's he talking about? So I will film it in complete silence, but I will do voiceover in the edit so that you know exactly where you are. Okay, do you want to come and do a walkthrough of Cunard's Queen Mary 2? If you've never seen it before, I'm going to take you right. And there is the 4Ds. And as I said, due to YouTube copyright, I can't let you hear what they're singing. But they were good. Okay, let's go for a walk. Any ship is the same. You're going to have at all the lifts these magnificent detailed drawings of where you are on the ship, and the Queen Mary 2 is no exception. Now, the red coloured or the wine coloured areas we'll not be going to, simply because they are staterooms and things like that, but all the cream coloured ones we're going to. And each deck, of course, will show you exactly where you are on the ship. And I think I have circled, yep, there was my cabin, 60-20. Okay, let's get into the lift. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. I think that's the best way to do it. The lifts are all very Art Deco on the Queen Mary 2, as you can see. I hope you like that. Right, we're out. This is unique sort of corridors on the Queen Mary 2 because they go either side. There's one at the other side identical to this. They go either side of the illuminations, which is the planetarium, which we'll come to, and either side of the theatre. And this is where you'll see the plaques. When a ship arrives at a port for the first time, various plaques. On the right there is the TV studio. And right down now to the future sails. If you want to book another cruise on the Queen Mary 2, like those people, you can come and do that. This is into the theatre. And the celebrity guest who I mentioned earlier was doing a question and answer session with the entertainment director, Amanda. So that's the Royal Court Theatre during daytime. There she is. Amanda's about to ask a question, and I'm about to leave. Okay. Heading back towards the middle of the ship, or towards the aft actually, well, mid-aft. This is the atrium in the middle. Casino over to your right. I'm not allowed to film in there. This is a beautiful atrium. Always lovely flowers there. And at Christmas time, there's some fantastic Christmas decorations. That is the tour desk, and that is the purser's office or reception. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just let you take that in. Okay, past these panels on the wall, and I'm not going to repeat myself, but on another video that I did, we're just passing Homer Simpson. You won't be able to see him there, but trust me, he's there. And the Golden Lion pub is to our left. Do fabulous pub lunches. I always make a point if I'm on the Queen Mary 2 going there at least once. I maybe have already said that. They do the best fish and chips at sea. Fish and chips and bushy peas. And straight across. Oh, there's a post box, by the way. There's the Golden Lion Daily Specials. But you can post letters in that pillar box. Then, if you get photographs taken on the ship, this is where you come to get it. I said to him, I'm taking photographs of the photographer. That's what he's laughing at. I should try comedy. Anyway, straight ahead of us then is the Britannia restaurant. Round to the left and into the Clarendon, is that how you pronounce it? Clarendon. It's the art gallery. Some magnificent paintings and pieces of art that you can buy, and they'll ship them home for you. I think you can get them on 0% finance if you're that way inclined as well. Some of them are very, very expensive. And this will take us down into, there we go, into the Queen's room. Queen's room during the day. This is it when it's not, nothing's happening in it. Her Majesty. I've actually performed in here. Sometimes they set it up like a cabaret room, and the guest artists perform in there as well. I know the 4Ds are in there the last night. They'll be doing a dance night. No, well, not a dance. They'll be doing a night of songs so people can get up and dance. This is into G32, which is the nightclub. Now, G32 is so called G32 because the original drawings for this ship, that was the number of the drawing. It was G32. Now, this is a nightclub. This is where it all happens. You might think that I'm joking with you, but certainly on the transatlantic crossing at night time, this place is rammed, absolutely rammed, with people dancing and having a wonderful time. This is back into, as I'm on my way back into the Britannia restaurant. This is just a shortcut to stop me going through the art gallery. I've just decided to come in through here. That round table in the middle there is the captain's table. It was one voyage I was on that I sat there, not with the captain. I sat there with a pile of guest entertainers. There's that many of us doing a crossing. Art Deco roof again. There's that many of us doing the crossing. They said the only table they had was the captain's table and could have come back at 8:30 when it wasn't being used. And we did, and had a lovely meal. If you're into your wines, well, there they are. All the good wines and spirits and all that's on the ship's wasted on me being teetotal. That gives you an idea of the Britannia restaurant. Okay, let's go now to deck 3. You are here. Deck 3, on the right now is the chart room. Specialty, well, not specialty coffees. You can sit there and have a nice coffee. Go in there and sit down, have a coffee, read a book. In the evening, as you can see, there's music, there's entertainment. There's entertainment all over the ship. This is a nice room too. And then it leads into the champagne bar. Everybody having a wonderful sea day. The champagne bar. There is the ship's bell, which will be rung at midday. And back out looking down into the atrium, into reception. Isn't it lovely? Come on, you've got to think that's lovely. Then we have the boutiques at either side. This is Sir Samuel's. The name eluded me there for a moment. Sir Samuel's. And there is, of course, Sir Samuel Cunard. Now, Sir Samuel's is where you get the specialty coffees and chocolates and all those sort of things. You can have a really, really nice cup of coffee with very, very exotic chocolates to go with it. Now we're into the boutiques. Cunard branded stuff at this end. Some toiletries. Little bears. I think they bring out bears every year, different ones. And then naturally I'm drawn to the baseball caps. I didn't buy that. I have a Queen Mary 2 one, slightly different version. So they bring them out. They renew them every now and again. And why not get the people to keep buying them? There's the toiletries that I mentioned. Ladies' clothes. Some good brands. There's Barber. Bags, jewellery. There's a guy with a Insta360 walking past me there. Fancy a watch? Well then, you can get those on board as well. And all the smellies. I did buy Chanel Blue on the Queen Mary 2 probably a year ago. I still haven't used it all. They talked me into buying the big one. I'm easy sold things too. I think that's because I used to be a salesman. You can sell a salesperson can sell a salesperson stuff very, very easy. there we just passed Hayden, who, if you've been watching the videos, you'll have seen him and myself in Cadiz. Fancy some pre-loved bags? I think I'm right in saying that's Gucci. There's some Louis, as far as I know. More jewellery. I would say the shops do really, really well during the transatlantic because you have captive passengers for 7 nights. Some expensive watches there too. Okay, now straight ahead of us is the upper tier of the Royal Court Theatre now. If you want to sit up on the balcony and watch a show, that's what you'll see there. Looking down on the stage. Now this is the only planetarium at sea. This is Illuminations. It's where they show the movies, it's where they do the lectures, and as I said, it's a planetarium. That circle in the middle there that you see, that lowers, and the wine-coloured seats, they all recline, and then you're looking up at the planetarium display. It's well worth it doing. I've done it a couple of times. I've also watched some movies in there. Some evening if I'm not working and I decide, you know what, just going to chill tonight and watch a movie. So that's where you go. Now, this, you can notice it, can't you? That corridor is there's a slope, so you're going uphill. And again, all these boards at the side of all the famous people that were on Cunard. Not on that particular ship, obviously, but we're on Cunard. Again, it would take, you could do a full day just going around and reading all the information boards and finding out all the history of Cunard from those boards alone. There is the gym. Plenty of machines. You may recognize that lady running there. That's Samantha, fellow guest entertainer that you'd have seen me ashore in, was it Lanzarote we were? Yeah. Move on. She doesn't want me to film her when she's doing that. Loads of free weights as well. It's a great gym to use if you want to do free weights or the machines or run. You could run your whole way from Southampton to New York or from New York to Southampton, or in this case, round the Canaries. Now, the deck that we're on now, which is deck 7, is that's outside. We'll go outside later, and this is also the spa. I'm not going to go in there because the last thing that you need in there is to film people wandering about in their dressing gowns. I've had, have I had? Yes, I have. I've had a massage on the Queen Mary too. And there they'll tell you all about your flat feet and what your heart should be. Anyway, still on deck 7 now, we are coming into the Corinthia Lounge. Now the Corinthia Lounge is again a nice place to sit at breakfast, lunch and afternoon. They serve food. in the Corinthia Lounge. Slightly different to what they do in the Lido buffet, different food. Sort of healthy options. If it's open, I may have something. They're not just serving at the minute. This is also where all the quizzes are, and also entertainment. I love if I can get a seat in the Corinthia Lounge. Sometimes I can't. I love it if I can. Out of the Corinthia Lounge and straight ahead, past the hand sanitizing machines, which of course you must use when you're on board. We're into the Lido buffet. Cunard, of course, have got lovely food. I'm not going to dwell that much on it at the moment. Look at that. Too much choice. And some nice window seats. But there's my downfall there. You see that machine there? Ice cream. I love ice cream. Thankfully that was in washing mode. Heading down. And there's Ardell, one of the nicest guys on the ship. Look at the smile. Always happy at his work. Always plenty of seats to sit in. You know, it's a big ship, it's a busy ship, but you'll always have get a table, and that's out again onto the promenade deck, which we'll venture onto. The sun shining in the Canaries here. Then we go down into the chef's gallery, I think I'm right in saying galley. Chef's galley. Now again, this is where you'll get burgers and that sort of stuff during the day, and then at night time they turn it into an Italian. A bit of a service charge in the evening, but it's a nice little Italian restaurant in the evenings if you want that. Hope I haven't lost you here. Then this is the pizza station. If you feel like it's pizza and pasta, if you fancy a slice of pizza during the day, well then you just come and grab one. And then at night time, the late night buffet. This is the area that's the late night buffet. I used to come. I've stopped doing that. I decided I needed some vitamin C as I looked out at the sea when I was doing this walk through. Okay. Also now, on Cunard they have a two-tier type system. People pay extra to be in the Queen's Grill, and there's another Princess Grill and the Queen's Grill, I think it is. They have their own special dining room. They have their own place where they sunbathe in one thing or another. And I once did eat in the Queen's Grill because they branded that as a specialty restaurant. I was on with Dickie Arbiter. Some of you may remember Dickie was the Queen's press secretary. He does a lot of speaking on Cunard ships. And Dickie and I are good friends. And when he travels, he's always up in the grills. And he invited me up for dinner. So I have had dinner in the grills. As I say, now we're back. This is the veranda, another specialty restaurant that you can pay a little extra for. And then out onto the sun deck out there. Back up at the spa. And again, I'm not going in. The bookshop. Isn't that a lovely, lovely, bright place to be? I love coming up into the bookshop just having a nosy. And the staff are always lovely up in the bookshop. There's more of those little bears. and into the library, the biggest library at sea. I think I should have checked this up before I started to talk, but I think there's something like over, I'm going to say there's 10,000 books. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Tell me how many there are. But it is, I think it still is, it certainly was the biggest library at sea. And a beautiful place it is too. You're just looking out the front of the ship there, right over the bow. Just trying to give you an idea of the library. Beautiful, isn't it? Certainly if you're doing transatlantic, you don't need to bring books with you. Now, Commodore Club. This is a lovely place to sit. This is where they would have different meetings, different groups would meet up in that raised area, and then the rest. This is another place I love to come and sit and read a magazine. Always love bringing a motorbike magazine. As you know, I'm into motorbikes, and a lot of the crew are into motorbikes, and they'll see me. That's right over the front of the ship. We just need Leo DiCaprio, and Kate Winslet. But a lot of the crew ride bikes too, and they see me reading the magazine, and then I give it to them when I've finished with it. You'd think I'd give them £1 million. The boardroom, if you want to get married on the Queen Mary 2, that's where it'll happen. I was on the ship when there was a wedding taking place. That's how I know that. Well, that's where that particular wedding was. So I'm assuming they're all there. Lovely Art Deco ship, isn't it? I love the carpets. I love the patterns in the carpets. Now, where will we go? Up. Another little swimming pool, or another one. Well, we haven't seen the others right at the back. We'll see it shortly. Now, see where I am now. This iconic sign here where it says Queen Mary 2. Loads of people come up here and get photographs taken. I was on my own, tried my best to take a selfie, couldn't do it, so I created that one. I'm not really standing there. But this is what I brought you up. And again, those that have watched my video on the Queen Mary 2, which was, I just did a video called 5 Unique Things on the Queen Mary 2. This is one of them. This is the kennels. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's also a cattery. But you can bring your dogs on. There's the kennels. Especially on the crossing, there's kennels. Access for pet owners. And look, you bring your dog out. The wee British dogs go to the lamppost. The American dogs go to the water hydrant. It's usually during the transatlantic that the dogs are on. But I think that always tickled me. The English dog, lamppost for the English dog, water hydrant for the American dogs. I'm up now at the sports deck, looking back, of course, at that iconic red Cunard funnel. With the whistles on it as well that sound at 12 o'clock. And also the foghorn. And if you've ever done a transatlantic, usually for about 2 days, round about Newfoundland, there's fog, and the foghorn will sound, and I'm right up above the bridge now. Very, 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 very blowy there. Now, there you go. I am having, it didn't last long, that was macaroni and cheese. But there's a sort of food that's served at lunchtime in the Corinthia Lounge as I'm making my way back through. Just give you an idea. You want a little light bite. Right, deck 7. This is the promenade deck, where lots of people walk around the ship. And, well, let's join them. And I'll speed this up, or it'll take forever. coming to the back of the ship, looking out over the jacuzzis and the pool. I know I'm doing it very quick, but this video is long enough. One side of the ship, the sun is shining where everybody is, and at the other side, there's no sun and there's nobody sitting. Now let's go out to the front and look at the Commodore's cufflinks. Again, if you watched my previous video, there you go. They're referred to as the Commodore's cufflinks. They're actually propeller parts of the propeller. Because of the transatlantic, should anything happen to the propellers, well, they wouldn't necessarily be that easy got, and so they carry them with them, so they'd limp into port and get them fixed. I mentioned this on that other recording. Well, as promised, there is the walkthrough of the Queen Mary 2, and I want to tell you something. It took quite a long time because I kept being stopped by some of the passengers who wanted to chat to me about my show, and indeed I bumped into a very interesting gentleman who was the ex-musical director of the Ken Dodd shows. And do you know what he told me? And I've taken this with a pinch of salt. He said he laughed more in my 45-minute show than he ever did in any of Ken Dodd's 5-hour shows. I think he was just being kind to me. Now listen, when I was walking around the ship, something that I have never ever seen on any ship is the ship's bell being rang. Now in the walkthrough that I've just done, I've shown you there's the ship's bell and it's rang at 12 o'clock. But I decided I would go back at 12 o'clock and video it for you and to see it for myself. Because at 12 o'clock the captain will announce that the ship's whistles have been sounded, the bell has been rang, it's noon, and then he'll do his noon broadcast. So rather than just putting that into a dubbed part of the video, I thought I'll give you it live so you've picked up the sound. I'm not saying anything, I'm just videoing it. And I said to the guy that was ringing the bell, security guy, I said, I've never ever seen this. I said, is it okay if I put it up on my YouTube video? He said, yes, it is. And after it was done, he came over and he made a note of my YouTube channel. So I think he's going to try and watch that himself. So that's what's coming up right now. I'm going to show you the ship's bell ringing live. Then what I will do this afternoon, I'll probably go back to the Queen's room and video a little bit of the afternoon tea, which is an event on any Cunard ship. And then tonight, I'll meet up again with Samantha. This is her last night on board. She leaves in Cadiz. We'll probably just go to the King's Court buffet for dinner tonight. And listen, this is the longest video I have ever posted on YouTube. If you have been watching this right from the start without speeding through it, listen, give yourselves a thumbs up. And I know it's going to be long simply because I'm covering 6 nights on board Queen Mary, and I'm doing that all in one video, and I'm doing too much of this. Right, that's enough of me for now. If you're enjoying the video, of course, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button as well. Right, coming up now, ship's bell, then it'll be afternoon tea, and then dinner tonight. Okay, that's enough. I'm away. I'm gone.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain, Atrium, speaking from the bridge. Quite nearly due navigational brief on Tuesday, 26th of February. I hope you all had an enjoyable time in Arrecife in Lanzarote, last of our call to the Canary Islands as we woke this morning on the bridge for a sunny day in the North Atlantic as we sail on a northeasterly course of 0 degrees off the coast of Africa towards Cadiz. And the distance sail since embarking Arrecife is now just under 300 miles at an average speed of around 30 knots. We're still around 290 miles to go.
So this is them setting up now for afternoon tea. You go in and pick a table, and there'll be a trio playing music. music. I think it'll be the classical trio today. And then they'll come walking in with all the teas and sandwiches. I'll put that up in a second. And tea is now being served, and sandwiches, and scones, and cream, and cakes. And I will partake maybe my last tea day. And here we are, the Last Supper. Because Samantha leaves tomorrow, so I'll have to find some other.
And a new friend.
What do you call the person?
Partner.
No, wingman. Another wingman tomorrow.
Back to cooking myself.
So it's a cast show tonight, and obviously I can't film it, but that's their background. The show's called? Guess what it's called? Yeah, Rhythm of the Night. Now there's a movie on tonight, and I'm going to go and watch it. Have you seen it? Any good? Yeah, I'm going to watch the movie. Well, to be honest with you, the movie was just okay. I'm glad, put it like this, I'm glad I didn't have to pay to see it. Anyway, we are still on board Queen Mary 2. This is part of the 6 nights as a guest entertainer on Queen Mary 2, and you're going to say, well, you've done very little entertaining. Well, that's because when I joined the ship, I've only to work on 2 separate nights. That's the reason. And I've done it the first night I got on, and my second and final show is the night before I get off. So don't put too hard on me. Anyway, we're in Cadiz. I'm going ashore now to make a video about Cadiz, which if you're following my videos, you've already seen. But at the minute, it looks as if it's just outside. I'm looking out and it just appears to be foggy. Is that the case? Well, you know by now, if you've watched the Cadiz video. Anyway, I'm going ashore, and I'll speak to you when I come back and tell you what I'm going to do this evening. Well, I've been ashore, made the video, and I'm back. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening. It is, what day is this? It's the 26th of February. This is night 4 out of 6 nights on Queen Mary 2. Earlier on today, when I was ashore, I met the new entertainer that's got on today, Max, and he has a show tonight. And so my plans for tonight is to head back to the King's Court, that's the buffet, have some light dinner, and then go and see Max's show. Now, because it's not a musical act, I'll be able to video a little bit of it. And when I say a little bit of it, I'm talking maybe 5-6 seconds, because it's unfair to film another person's act and put it up on YouTube. That's totally wrong. I'll have to get his permission to put up that little clip. And then I'll maybe meet him after. It depends what he's doing. If not, well, I'll introduce you to Max tomorrow. Then tomorrow it's a sea day, and then that'll be night 5, and then night 6 will be the last sea day, and then I'll do my last show, and it's a split show, which means that both Max and I are on. He's doing 20 minutes and I'm doing 20 minutes. And then it'll be a case of packing up, and the next day, leaving the ship in Southampton and flying home. Anyway, still 2 to go. Hope you're enjoying it still. If you are, please hit the subscribe button. Go on, you know you want to. Here's what you have to hit.
I think they all know that that's still your fault. Would you have to carry on? Alright. Actually, I haven't seen you much recently. This is why we're on this trip together. And how have you been recently? Been alright? Well, if I'm honest with you, son, I've been a bit down in the dumps. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Grandad, but I have been thinking. Well done.
It was a brilliant show, I've got to say. He did really, really well. And he gave me permission to put up a little clip. So that is the end of tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning and welcome back. Yes, this is the start of my 5th day on board Cunard's Queen Mary 2. Thanks for sticking with it. I'm just wondering how many have watched this in its entirety without taking a break. And if that's you, I'll tell you, you've drunk a lot of cups of tea to get you through thus far. Now, today, what's my plans for today? Again, I've no show, and it's a sea day. So we left we left Cadiz, and we're now at sea today and tomorrow. And I love sea days because I've nothing to do but absolutely relax. I'll probably take lunch today in the Golden Lion pub, and then have a light dinner tonight. But before all that, the thing that will interest you most today, and I hope to be able to film this, on a lot of the cruise ships, there is a channel on the television which is basically the entertainment director's Good Morning channel, where they talk about everything that's happening coming up that day on the ship, and it's filmed in a room that they've turned into a little TV studio, a bit like mine. You're welcome back to my sofa. And I've been invited, this is my invitation. It says, "Dear William, I would like to invite you to interview on the Good Morning Queen Mary 2 TV show, which is being filmed. That's tomorrow, that's today now, I got this last night, at 5 o'clock in Connections 2. The show will be broadcast the following morning. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Kind regards, Amanda Reid, the entertainment director." It's a normal thing that I usually do. And so it's filmed at night and shown the next morning and broadcast the next morning as if it's live, which is usually why when I'm being interviewed I say, "What did you get me up at this time of the morning for?" It's only a little segment. And what I'll do, I'll take you behind the scenes and show you the setup of the filming. Probably won't be allowed to film the filming, I'll ask, and then tomorrow morning I'll show you the end result, a little bit of the interview on the TV. But anyway, I'm off now to relax the rest of today. I'm going to take my magazine, my Ride motorcycle magazine. I love this particular magazine. I don't know why, because I sent in a picture and they didn't print it. But anyway, you can't have everything. I'm going to have a relaxing day, and I'll see you probably the next time I see you, unless I bump into Tom and do a quick chat with him. Tom nobody, Max, who's Tom? Max, I'll do a quick chat with him, and if not, I'll see you in the television studio here on Queen Mary 2. Okay, have a cup of tea. Right, bye. Hiya, I'm heading to do that interview. I actually had lunch with Max, but I didn't have my microphones or anything, so I didn't put him on camera. But he's also doing this interview because we're doing a split show tomorrow night. You'll maybe see him now. Now, this is great. I'm actually first here, even before the camera people. And this is the sofa. Amanda will sit there, and I'll be sitting here. I'll be sitting here. Oh, this is the sound desk. This is the camera. And this is what I see It's all good fun. If I'm allowed to film any of it, that'd be a good position for the camera there, wouldn't it? Yeah, you'll get us. If I'm allowed, I should laugh. For the people watching at home, plug your social media.
Oh, at Max Fulham or at Max Fulham Comedy, depending on the social media. Yeah, find me, have a look.
Like that. And look, Max is really ready. He has a suitcase and everything, and it may not even be needed.
Look,
Love it.
this is my life. Yeah, I want to see what.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen, do you? So,
Yeah.
Max, you'll be going on first tonight. We're
Yes.
looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. As William said, you know, the audiences were fantastic tonight. So I think we're in for a real treat, and it's going to be a pleasure to share the stage with William as well.
Yeah, so William.
I'm thrilled to share it with you, Max. I was telling Max, I'm not a huge one for TikTok or Instagram. I put up some pictures on Instagram, but a number of months ago I was flicking through it, and this young ventriloquist was on with the granda, and it's just, I'm not saying this because he's sitting there, and Amanda, you'll back me up on this. His lips don't move.
I don't know how he does it. It's amazing.
Sometimes you see his don't move at all. And then when I saw on the sheet when I was joining the ship that Max was coming on, I was beside myself, to tell you the truth. And I was walking into Cadiz, and I met this guy pushing two what do you call it, suitcases in the fog in Cadiz. It was Max making his way to the ship. And I thought, well,
Yeah.
there you go. What a way to meet him.
I know, absolutely wonderful. Now, a bit about yourself, William. Of course, you've been on lots of television shows.
Well, I hope you found that interesting, and I was glad that Amanda let me film that little bit. And as I said on the clip, I didn't have the mic, so it was just the mic from the iPhone. Anyway, since then, Max and I have had a lovely dinner on board the ship, and it's time now for me to retire for tonight. The show this evening in the theatre was the cast, which is all singing and dancing. So again, for copyright reasons, I can't show you even a little clip of that. Tomorrow, what is my plan for the last day on board? Well, at 11:30 in the morning, I'm doing an interview with, specifically for YouTube, for my YouTube channel. It'll be an entirely standalone little video. I'm interviewing the musical director from the Queen Mary 2 here. I don't use a musical director, but I've known Jeff for years from coming on the ship, and here's how much of a gentleman he is. I don't use him in my show at all, and every time I'm doing a rehearsal or just before my show, he'll come backstage just to say hello. He's a great story to tell. He actually performed originally with Glenn Miller, has been on ships for a long time, and I think it will be interesting. I'm going to sit down with him and do maybe a 10-15 minute interview, the story of his life. So if any of you have ever been, are watching this and you've ever been on the Queen Mary 2, you'll know Jeff, and you might find his story interesting. So I'm doing that at 11:30 tomorrow morning with him. Then at 3:30, Max and I are going to afternoon tea. You've seen the little footage of it, of it the other day with the parade coming in, but I'll show you all the sandwiches and all the stuff, just because I can and because I know some of you like that sort of thing. And then tomorrow night, well, look who it is. If in doubt, Max and myself, 8:15 and 10:15, and in between that, in the Queen's Room, the 4Ds are performing. And again, I'll maybe try and get a little clip of that without sound. Maybe it's a waste of time. But I'll let you see the Queen's Room in full flow with the 4Ds. And then it's a case of coming back to the room, packing up my cases and heading home. See you tomorrow. I've done enough today. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And sleep I did. Sea state, I haven't talked about the sea. It has been lovely. It's been nice and calm. But last night we entered the Bay of Biscay. Currently in the Bay of Biscay, are soon leaving it. And there's a little bit of movement on the ship, very, very little. I think it's 4-meter swells. Now, I'm not going to recap everything that I said last night, because you know what the rest of the video is about. I'm heading out to do the interview with Jeff, a standalone, separate video. Look out for it. It'll be coming in a few weeks' time. And so the next that you'll see me on this video is at afternoon tea with Max in the Queen's Room. When best laid plans go wrong, Max and I went to the Queen's Room. It was rammed. I'd never seen as many.
So much tea and dancing.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Sorry.
You talk away to us. Talk away to us.
Talk to us. Who's on first?
Who's on first? I'm on first.
With Grandad.
He might be there.
Got to get a pair of red speedos down, you know.
Oh, wrong way. This way. You have to have seen Max's show to understand what he was talking about. We need to wash our hands, Max. It's quite okay. This man's job today is to make sure everybody washes their hands.
Yeah.
Because some people, honestly, like Max, he was about to walk in without doing that.
Just to maintain our...
I mean, where do you go? Where do you go? I don't know where I got with this video. What I was saying. We couldn't get in, so we're going still to have afternoon tea because if you can't go to the Queen's Room, but it's a must. I'm glad I videoed that little bit for you earlier in the video. We're not even going to the King's Court. We're going
I think we've just washed our hands to walk through this buffet.
We have, yes. We're now going right through to the Corinthia Lounge. Right? We're going to swing right here now, Max. Swinging right, because there's a crowd of people there. Okay. Now, just when I am here, hold on, Max. Afternoon tea is also served up in the King's Court. There, your sandwiches, all your delights, and your scones with the jam and cream. So,
This is the most exciting bit. Once you've got your cakes and your cookies,
yeah,
your sandwiches,
yeah,
you can have ketchup, mustard, or mayonnaise with them, and that's just the service. That's what you want.
My wingman's doing a good job. He's making me laugh. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. Now here is the lovely food that we have had in. We're now in the Corinthia Lounge. I've went for a. What did it go? Scone. Some sort of little tart. Some sandwiches. Max has gone for.
Give me the biggest sandwich you have.
Can I honestly?
I want a plate full of sandwich.
Yeah, and that's what he got.
That's what I got.
He's lying to you like a cheap rug. He's had about 7 of those. 3 cookies. We're fueling up for a show. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, thanks for coming with us for afternoon tea in the Queen's Room.
It's a very classy affair.
And ending up here. Well, we did manage to get afternoon tea. It wasn't the afternoon tea experience that I was hoping that Max would have, but however, he's written it down in his mind to go to afternoon tea the next time he's on a Cunard ship. Anyway, as you can see, dressed, ready now to do the last 2 shows of the voyage on this my final night. 8:15, 10:15, and in between, the 4Ds are down in the Queen's Room. I'll try and grab a little bit of footage maybe from Max, just a short bit, but head on as opposed from the side from the last time. And then I'll go down to the to the Queen's Room and get a bit of the boys and let you see the ambience of the dance party on the last night. Now, it'll be the 11 o'clock show I go to, so it'll either be rammed or it'll be empty. Because the corridors at the moment are full of suitcases because we all leave tomorrow morning. Okay, that's enough for me for now. I'm heading down to the theatre. So Max is doing the opening. And I'm going out front just to get a little bit of it. I don't wear glasses when I'm on stage. And I'm not on stage now. And I'm walking about here. And everything's blurred. And what fabulous fun Max and I had on stage. 2 brilliant audiences. And he's so clever and so funny. I'll put up a little clip of Max. And then when the shows ended, I went down to the Queen's Room for the late show, the 11 o'clock show, and it was rammed. So fabulous audiences, and the 4Ds have them up well, getting ready to get up and dance. It's all going very well. So this is the last night. This is it. It's the end. I now pack and go to sleep. Tomorrow morning at, I think it's 7 o'clock, I have to meet immigration, simply because I joined the ship after it had left Southampton. Anybody that joins when you're away has to meet immigration when you arrive into the United Kingdom. That'll take about 2 minutes. They give me my passport back, and I then head to the airport and fly home. See you in the morning.
What? It's quite emotional. Is it? Yeah. Why? Being your first puppy? Right. We've been through so much together. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. I've been there from the beginning. Yes. Yeah, it's very lovely. As I was saying, my first puppet. Oh, your first puppet? Yes, you were. Now, I'd like to express my emotions this evening.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have a fabulous audience. I hope I'll see you again some other time.
Thank you very much.
Well, good morning. It's over. My 6 nights on board Queen Mary 2 has come to an end. Time now for me to grab my luggage, head down to immigration, get immigrated back into the United Kingdom, go to the airport and fly home. Thank you very much for joining me on what has been a mammoth video here on YouTube. If there's any of you have watched it from start to finish, please tell me in the comments below. But I'm sure that a lot of you have just skimmed through it, and I fully understand. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed parts of the video, hit the thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and remember, subscribing costs nothing. And then you'll join this little growing community here on the Traveling Comic YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, have a wonderful day until I see you on the next one. From me, William Caulfield, the Traveling Comic, all the best.